How to make mashed potato waffles. For a delicious take on an old favorite, make mashed potato waffles. Mashed potato waffles are a great way to use up leftover mashed potatoes. Just thin them out with water before using them, and they cook up quickly. Start by making simple mashed potatoes and make them your own by adding bacon, chives, or cheese. Drop the batter on your waffle iron and cook the waffles until they're crisp and golden brown. You'll never microwave cold mashed potatoes again. Ingredients: 2 russet potatoes, about 1/4 pounds or 590 g. A quarter cup, 60 milliliters, of extra virgin olive oil. 1 small onion, peeled and minced. 2/3 cup, 160 milliliters, of milk. Salt and freshly ground pepper to taste. 2 large eggs. 1 cup, 120 g, of all-purpose flour. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Optional mix-ins, shredded cheese, chives, bacon. Part 1: Making the mashed potatoes. 1. Peel and chop the potatoes. Wash and peel 2 russet potatoes, about 1/4 pounds or 590 g. Use a sharp knife to carefully cut the potatoes into chunks, about 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters, in size. Put them in a large pot. You can use other potatoes, like Yukon Golds, but they may not bind together as well in the waffles. 2. Cook the potatoes. Fill the pot with cold water so that water completely covers the potato pieces. Turn the heat to high and bring the water to a boil. Reduce the heat to medium-low so that the water bubbles slightly. Simmer the potatoes until they're fork tender. Reserve a half of a cup, 120 milliliters, of the water and drain the rest of the water out. Set the drained and cooked potatoes in a large mixing bowl. 3. Sauté the onion. Pour a quarter cup, 60 milliliters, of extra virgin olive oil into a small skillet and turn the heat on to low. Peel and mince 1 small onion. When the oil heats up and shimmers, add the onion and sauté it for about 5 minutes. It should soften and become translucent. You can omit the onion if you don't like the flavor or texture. 4. Mash the onions, milk, and potatoes. Place the sautéed onions into the mixing bowl with the potatoes and pour in 2/3 cup, 160 milliliters, of warm milk. Use a potato masher to combine the onions, milk and potatoes. Add 1/4 cup, 60 milliliters, of the reserved water from the potatoes and keep mashing until the potatoes are smooth and almost runny. Taste the mashed potatoes and add salt and pepper to your liking. You want the mashed potatoes to be thinner than you'd usually serve on their own. This is because you'll be mixing in flour and eggs, which will thicken the mashed potatoes. Part 2: Mixing the batter. 1. Add the eggs. Crack 2 eggs into your mashed potatoes. Use a hand or electric mixer to beat the mixture on low speed until the eggs are completely incorporated. If you beat the eggs on a higher speed, they may fly out of the mixing bowl. The eggs will help bind the waffle ingredients together as they cook. 2. Consider adding extra flavorings. You can easily crumble up about 1 cup of bacon and add it to the batter for a smoky, meaty flavor. You can also add grated cheddar cheese or chives for a loaded baked potato taste. You can replace up to 1/2 cup of the mashed potatoes with leftover stuffing. You could use cooked and crumbled sausage instead of bacon. 3. Add the flour and baking powder. Place 1 cup, 120 g, of all-purpose flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder in a small mixing bowl. Whisk them together and pour the dry mixture over the mashed potato mixture. Use a rubber spatula to gently fold the dry ingredients into the mashed potatoes using a circular twisting motion with your wrist. If you overmix the mashed potato waffle batter, the waffles will be dense and chewy. Part 3: Cooking the mashed potato waffles. 1. Heat and coat the waffle iron. Turn on your waffle iron and spray it with cooking or baking spray. If you don't plan on serving individual waffles immediately after they cook, turn your oven on to 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 93 C, so you can keep them warm as you cook all the batter. You probably won't need to spray the waffle iron again, unless the waffles begin sticking. 2. Cook the mashed potato waffles. Once the waffle iron is ready to use, measure out 1/2 cup of batter and spoon it onto the center of the waffle iron. Use the back of a spoon to gently push the batter across the surface of the waffle iron. Close the lid and let the waffle cook until it's brown and crispy. Avoid opening the waffle iron while the waffle is cooking. This will prevent the waffle from crisping up. Instead, only check the waffle once steam is no longer coming out from the iron. 3. Serve the waffles. You can serve the mashed potato waffles immediately after they come off of the waffle iron. If you need to make a batch of them before serving, lay them in a single layer on a rack in the preheated oven. Consider serving the mashed potato waffles with one of these toppings: cranberry sauce, gravy, a fried egg, salsa, flavored butter,